The Pistons continue their journey as they play an interconference matchup on the road. It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan in the booth, as always, with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. You look at Sacramento, 10 games back from the top spot. They're still jockeying for position.
Well, I think for Sacramento, they put together what I would call a dream season. I mean, they've elevated their play and have really become a team that makes it tough for everybody. They're a squad to be reckoned with, folks.
Well, Clark, the playoffs are going to be the real test for them. You know, sometimes for a team on the rise, they can get to the point where everything crashes down on them when the pressure arises. We'll see how they respond.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Chan in at small forward. Andre Drummond is out there with Ellis, and it's Valentine in at the one spot. Detroit on D. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
They looked very stable, pretty much from the get-go, guys. A solid output, solid effort. And, you know, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game, but they were pretty solid there.
I was very impressed with the balance they displayed, guys. Different people carrying the load, scoring, making assists, unselfish play. Everything was working for them to get that victory.
The Pistons on offense. Pass to Chan. The three. The second chance effort. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And, you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one.
The Pistons shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And over the course of the season, guys, they've shot a very respectable 78% from the line.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. Here's Stauskas. He had 10 points in the win against Phoenix.
Did a great job picking the defense apart, too. It wasn't just his scoring. Give him credit for his passing in that game, too.
Shots good by Anthony.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Last outing for Sacramento, they won that game against the Suns.
And I think, Kevin, you know, they really showed how important it is to have a strong bench performance. Go out on the road, you can't rely on your starters night in and night out. The reserves have to contribute and help them out.
I think we definitely saw that, Steve, throughout the game. They were really tied together as a team. Didn't make any difference who was out on the floor. You'll take every road game win you can, and they're happy with that one. That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, George Karl and I caught up for just a bit. A key concern for his side is how to keep Monta Ellis from running amok on their defense. He said there are very few players in the league who can take a sliver or a seam in a defense and turn it into 2 points as efficiently as Monta Ellis does. He said one step and he's at the rim. We have to move our feet as a unit or he'll get to the rim all game long. Guys?
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Here's Anthony. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, he's off to a good start, and he's a guy who we know. I mean, if he gets going early, he can give you problems all day.
There's the pick. Jumper off the screen. Here's Wolf. Banked in off the glass.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Here is Bayless. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Suns in Phoenix. And Cousins kicks to Bayless. And a miss there on the triple. The Pistons have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Ellis against Gibson. Passes it to Valentine. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. Out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession. Now let's take a peek at the league leaders in scoring. And you look at the dude leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
You know what, Kevin? Leading the league in scoring is no small feat. He's out there every night giving it his best, and the effort is definitely paying off.
Now Bayless. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Gibson passes to Stauskas. The feed to Carmelo. That three off the mark. The Pistons leading. They set the pick. Here's Valentine. The shot, no good. And it's the Kings taking it the other way. Their last meeting was in Detroit, where they were unable to fight off the Pistons.
Yeah, that was a tough loss for them. And defensively, I thought they had a lot of trouble guarding their bench players. It was strange. Their bench players came off and really scored big, and that was a huge factor.
Stauskas, and a miss there on the triple.
Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
Here is Bayless. He's guarded by Ellis. Stauskas kicks to Bayless. Here's Cousins. That's good, and so Bayless with the assist. Clark, a second ago, Steve mentioned what trouble they had defending some of the reserves in the last game.
Well, Kevin, you can bet they won't be off guard today. I mean, they'll be giving just as much attention to those bench guys as they give to the starters now.
Hey, listen up. We're taking way too many jump shots, all right? We got to get to the basket, all right? We got to get to the basket.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. A different look here for Detroit.
You can see where the Pistons rank in the league stats over these last 10 games now. First in shooting percentage. First in fewest turnovers per game. And they're number one in opponent scoring. They don't allow teams to get into a rhythm offensively, and thus they're able to hold those points down.
And the shooting is really what stands out to me. This is a team that does such a good job of finding open looks. They're unselfish. They work offensively to create good shots. And when they do that and they're on their game, they're tough to beat.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
Now here's Gay, averaging 12 points a game. And the pass to Elliott. Jacks up a three. That's good.
Now, they're not showing too much respect for him defensively, are they?
Pistons trailed by 4. Pass to Ruiz. 1:05 left to play in the first. Here's Page. From 16 feet away, he cans it.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Sacramento's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Williams sets a screen for McLemore. Feeds it to Williams. Picked by Williams. From deep, McLemore. Hairstow pulls it in. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. The dish to Gray. Passes to Page. The Pistons working the ball around now. Kicks to Gray. Just 5 on the clock. Williams with the steal. Here is Elliott. 9 points last game. Goes up at the stripe. McLemore, no good. Here's Ruiz. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
Oh, what a three at the horn. They end the quarter on a high note. What a big shot.
I'll say that'll put a little bounce in their step coming back out of this break.